Have you learned a
Oh
lot
well,
about
I
East?
mean,
Or you knew a lot about
oh
East?
yeah, I knew a lot about East. I mean, all the city and all the
But
history. A
even
lot of
older
guys,
guys, too, you're learning.
right? A lot of guys that I looked up to, from
We
East.
talked earlier. Stoops is from
Right, Stoops,
Earthman.
yeah.
Butchie.
But yeah, I tried to talk.
There's
I
a lot
tried
of
to
people.
tell like when Shepard's our first day in there, we were in cleaning out, and East had the powder blue.
Yeah.
The Panthers, right?
Yeah.
There was some powder blue socks in there, and Shep was like, "We gotta send all this stuff back." I said, "Hold on, man." I said, "Whether you know it or not," I said, "I could have sworn when I was a younger kid." I said, East High Golden Bears had some powder blue. They had powder blue pants, and
Yeah.
I had to confirm. I asked a couple guys, they didn't remember. And then some older guys from East, they said, "Oh yeah," like Ron Smith Jr. He was like, "Oh yeah, my year, 1975, we had powder blue pants." I said, "I knew it." When I was younger, watching those guys at South.
Was North still around when you played?
Oh yes, that was North.
Where's North? Where was it? I still don't know to this day
It
where
was
North.
Scirenceville on the north.
Yeah, it's
Sharon
on the
line.
east side.
It's what
It's from East High right now. It's like it's
McGuffey?
MLK, right?
Yes, MLK.
I still don't
and
know.
I
Is the
tell
building
you-
still there?
Yeah, well, it's a
It's
new
a
building.
new building.
Oh, it's like
When I
Wilson.
left there-
Wilson's a new building.
When I,
Right,
when I
exactly.
left there last week, I came the back way through. It took me 3 minutes to get
From east to north.
Yes.
Yeah, it's right off.
Is
of
it called North still?
No, it's
No.
called
So,
MLK. It's
yeah,
K
Mark.
through 8.
Okay.
But it's right off of McGuffey going towards McKelvey Lake.
I
can't
think I
remember
know.
the
I
street
know
you
that,
turn
but
on,
I've never
it's-
seen it.
sits
I
right
probably
back
maybe I
there.
have, but I don't.
That's what and I
recall.
that's the way I went up there when I was like, wait a minute. But when I left, coming back to East, I came back.
Down a little side street.
I can't think of the name of the street, and you come down and you get on East Side. It's like 3 minutes. It took me 3 minutes because I said, I know East is right there.
Yeah. And they had what? Lamb Jones on that team? Or was it
North, yeah.
North. Anybody else? There was another good running
No,
back.
Jam.
Jam.
AJ Jam. You talking about the
Yeah,
Texas
yeah,
guys?
yeah.
Johnny Lamb, Johnny Ham,
Yeah.
and AJ Jam Jones. Oh, look at you.
They
go
had the
back
big.
and further
Didn't they have a
show-
big running back at North that was really good?
AJ
Besides him?
Jones
But was
well,
there another-
before that, you had Sherman Smith.
Sherman Smith. Okay.
He's coaching in. I think he's still coaching.
Yeah.
He was
Maybe Seattle.
Seattle. He was their
was at-
first pick.
yeah.
Mike Cobb,
Mike Cobb.
Beverly. You can go on. They had Curtis Rich. I mean, they had.
I don't
so
remember North.
many
That must
guys.
have been. When was his last year? Would you know?
My year.
Which was 80?
We was talking about the other day.
What was
So
it,
we
80?
had their funeral for 'em. We beat them 52-0 the last game.
What
of the
was? What
season.
year is that? 70.
79 season, 80.
80,
The class of
yeah.
80 was their last year.
Really? Man.
That was the only game that we didn't have close. I mean, I think we beat Wilson. It was like 28 or 30. But I forget what it was. It was a good game though. Same thing with Rand. Rand we beat 28-7. Good game. East was only 14-0. Cheney was 12-0. But North was only back because they were single A. They were dropping out, and that was the only game that wasn't close.
Yeah. Good times though, huh?
Oh yeah, the city was. Man, like
City
the
was nice. Really, even when I played in the
Yeah,
early
yeah.
'80s.
You guys were great.
Yeah,
Man.
yeah, we had, and a lot of good. There was still good talent.
Right.
Then all of a sudden, boom, the
Yeah,
shell of what it
because we
used to
played,
be
it
around.
was- you had Brian Murray and Jonathan Murray. You remember?
Oh,
them?
yeah, heck
Rand
yeah.
Murray was before
Heck
them.
yeah, man.
He was my host.
Yeah.
Him and Greg Jones from Rand played basketball. I took a visit to West Virginia.
Yeah,
That's where Saban first recruited me.
yeah.
Saban and Nealon was the head coach. Don Nealon.
And Saban was on that staff.
Yeah, Saban.
Nick-
Saban was the guy that had our area. He recruited me. Yeah.
Yeah, good times. So,
Oh yeah.
wow. So hopefully things will happen in these good for East in the future.
Yeah, it will.
It will, for sure.
We don't have a choice, like I said. We don't have a choice.
What are you most excited about, Chris?
Just everything that's coming. We're like Brian said, we fell in love with the kids. Kids are great, but the excitement is what's coming. I get to go to all the feeder schools that feed into the high school and talk to the 7th and 8th graders, and get to see the excitement on their face. I mean, there's a lot of great things coming. People kind of seen the record last year. They see the record now. But we're getting better week by week. But I'm excited for what's to come.
Any regrets at all? Nothing. I mean, you're happy. Everything's good. You're excited about
Like I
your.
said, the only thing that's disheartening is the injuries we have right now. That's nothing we can, we can't control that.
Do you see W's on your schedule when you look at it? Do you see?
Every week I say W.
Yeah, there's not a week that goes by that I don't think we can win.
You can't go in saying that
You have
can't
to.
win. I can't say that to
Yeah.
the kids or anyone else. We just
Yeah.
This is a game we got to win. We're looking to go 1-0 every week.
This week. That's 1-0.
Right.
That's it.
1-0. Well, it's good to have you guys down there. I'm glad you were able to make it on short
Great
notice.
having us, man.
Appreciate
Yeah,
you having
it's
us.
all about letting people know the real people and
Yeah,
without.
especially talking about the old
Yeah.
city and just the old valley. That just It's like that thing was on Mike and Mike, man. I just fired everyone up again. I put that on Facebook
Yeah.
about Youngstown being #1
Yeah.
in
Per capita.
Yeah,
How's Vince doing, by the way, real quick?
he's doing
Great.
Like I said, season start. I haven't talked to him, but yeah, he's doing great. I'm proud of him, man.
He
Him and
recruits
Mark-
this area pretty hard, huh? He's
yeah, everywhere.
Ohio.
He's the
He got Lynn
he's
Bowden
the
last
recruit
year.
Coordinator.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
call him the closer. Like any big time
Yeah.
recruits that are
Yeah.
wavering,
There's
he
a
goes
kid
in
from
and
that quarterback
finishes the
from
deal.
Atlanta.
Yeah,
Kid they get
Georgia.
next year.
Yeah.
He's a really good player.
Do you think Lynn will have success down there, Bowden?
Oh yeah, he will. I think he's gonna have success anywhere he goes.
And I think it's a great fit for him
Yeah.
because they'll use him multiple positions. He'll play some quarterback. He'll play some running back. He'll play some slot. He'll return punts and kicks. I mean, he'll be all over the place, and he's the kind of athlete you want to be able to put all over the place to make
I
plays.
think he could be like Lamar Jackson if he played strictly quarterback.
Wow.
With some coaching and quarterback. I think he could. Yeah.
He was a beast running the ball last year,
Yeah,
man.
he can actually
I
throw
watched-
a little bit, but you know, if he had a quarterback with offensive.
I think he
coordinator
thinks he
working
could be
with
a quarterback. I think he really
him,
does.
I think he could whatever he just wants the ball in his hands.
Yeah, he does. He wants the ball.
Quarterback, you have it every place. So.
What you know about Jordan Jones? A little bit about him.
Jordan Jones. And
I thought he should have
Courtney
ran the ball a little bit more, Cardinal Mooney. That's what I thought.
Yeah, and that was some plans, you know, a little banged up here and there, but I know there was a few games he ran the ball a little more.
Because he had reckless abandon for his body. He didn't.
Yeah,
He was just
no
crazy.
regard for his body
Yeah.
whatsoever. I've never seen a player coach a player that will get to the ball the way he does. Like, he doesn't care what's in the way, who's
motivated,
around.
yeah.
But are you surprised how much success he's having there?
Not at all.
No? I mean, I'm with you, but wow.
I mean, well,
Wasn't he like the
that's-
second leading tackler in SEC last year?
Yeah, he was first in solo tackles, but just overall tackles, he was second. But just
That's crazy.
So I'm trying to get his little brother now.
Yeah,
There's another one?
Brother,
yeah,
Because his dad was a Ohio State product.
yeah.
Yes.
With the Mooney
Ray,
Brothers.
Ray,
Got another,
right?
him and Brennan Rutherford trying to get all those kids.
Yeah,
Even
well,
kids at Catholic schools.
That's what you guys need to do.
That's
Out
my
hustle,
neighbor.
out
That's my
hustle the
neighbor.
Catholic school. You know the,
Oh,
you know the drill now.
That's my
You're on the
neighbor.
other
That's my
side.
neighbor, and they were over his house, and I told him I'm on them too.
I'm no offense or nothing, but I'm kind of tired of seeing Youngstown guys at Hubbard, at Fitch, when they're Youngstown guys.
That's our plan right now. I said, you know, Mooney, Ursuline, Valley Christian now. I mean, you're gonna have parents that want their kids to get a private school education. That's you can't do anything about that. But it's unacceptable for kids at Harding, Hubbard, Fitch, all these schools in the
I agree.
surrounding area just open enrollment. It's unacceptable for our
So
kids.
you guys got to
go
lock
there.
them up, man.
Right, because you look at the kids from Youngstown still. If you go down the park, the league we
There's
came
one school in the city. We got to
Right.
make it
It's
happen.
102. And
I mean,
I
public
always say when I was at Youngstown Christian, my prayer was to have Youngstown Christian and Ursuline and Mooney, go to the playoffs. And back then when they had East a long time ago, I was like, there's no reason for all of us to be in the playoffs in different levels.
At least, yeah.
Because it's that much talent still.
I agree.
Still here in Youngstown. and surrounding
We were talking
areas.
about Urson's schedule's so bad, and Mooney's not too easy either. But
And
I mean,
then
how are you going to
always
make
say
the
who-
playoffs when you schedule? I understand you want to play good competition, but they're not going to make the playoffs
because
because
other teams in their division
I
don't want to play 'em.
that's
And that's sad too.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
Step your game
That's
up
the
and
rough
play.
part.
yeah. Oh well.
And
Well, glad.
And with open enrollment, I mean,
Yeah.
you can go after guys just like anybody else. So it's this whole they recruit, they don't recruit.
Yeah.
Tired of that
I mean,
argument, man.
Yeah,
Right.
it's open enrollment.
Open
I mean,
enrollment's like recruiting. It's almost.
Right,
It's,
just step up and play. I mean,
yeah.
it's-
And that's why coaches need to get those 8th grade games and stuff and
Right.
find out what's going on in 7th, 8th grade, where your talent's coming from, and know your players, make them feel good about being an East High Golden Bear.
And that's
Right.
it. And that's what we got to do. We got to go into schools and we have to do it. I mean, because right now the record's not speaking for it, but they see it and the parents know it's more than football for us.
You guys
know,
care.
We're gonna.
Care.
we're
Is
gonna
Jinx
care.
still around, by the way?
He's in the school.
Is he?
Yes, he is.
That's my man.
Yeah.
He's older than dirt. Right? Right?
I had to tell him that.
That's my guy, though, man. He's.
Yes.
So
I've
I
known
don't
him
know how
quite a
happy
while.
You'll be, but we're gonna create a pipeline to the SEC. Guys
Well,
will be
hey,
going to
you know,
Kentucky
that's
and
okay.
We'll see if,
I'm a Youngstown guy, man.
we'll see if
It's
Columbus
about
comes
where
by.
is it?
I'm a
That's
Buckeye,
it,
of
yeah,
course.
They come
Right.
by, they come by, and if it's a fit for them.
Yeah, I'm
it's
not
all
happy-
about making our kids
yeah.
happy, the best fit for them.
Yeah, I'm not happy with the Buckeyes right now, anyway. After that debacle the other night,
Yeah.
but it is what it is. You still follow Wisconsin religiously or no?
Not religiously. It's hard right now when you're coaching, but yeah.
You been back up there at all? You go to
I
a game?
haven't.
No.
It's like since I've been coaching all these years, it was like last year, my brother and Dwayne were talking about it. I was like, that year went fast and I didn't coach. He's like, we got to go to homecoming. You know, a lot of my friends always said, Bone, you got to come up, man. It's totally different now. It's
Bone,
plush.
Bone,
Oh, yeah.
Bone. You got the bone in
This
there.
is a guy,
Sergeant Bob.
John Stoney Westfall gave me that nickname when we were there.
Brian Bone Marrow.
Yeah.
Now we know you're Marrow then,
Right.
if you're instead of Morrow.
Right.
Well, anyway, thanks guys for coming down.
Thank you. Thanks for
Appreciate
having
it.
us.
Best of luck to you the rest of the year.
Same to you,
Let's get a
man.
couple W's along the way, and
prayers and
you
best
know,
of luck to yourself. Too,
thank
man.
yeah, it is what it is, but I understand.
Yeah, you're
Appreciate
looking
it.
great, though, man.
Thank you.
You're looking great.
Appreciate it. That's Brian Bone Marrow, Chris Emil,
Darnell
East,
Merrill.
the pride of East High Golden Bears. Let's get a W for these guys and turn that program around and make Youngstown proud. All right, we'll be back with more Yards After Contact from Kelly's Bar on Mahoney Avenue in Youngstown, Ohio.
Football season is in full swing in the Mahoning Valley, so come on down to Kelly's Bar at 1597 Mahoning Avenue in Youngstown, your best spot to catch all the gridiron action. On Tuesdays, 40-cent regular and boneless wings. Make Kelly's your Friday night stop after all the high school games. On Saturday, Kelly's Smoker Saturdays, chicken, beef, and ribs, plus some great college football. On Sundays, it's your NFL Sunday ticket. 10 large flat screen TVs to enjoy your favorite NFL team. And don't forget, the best high school football webcast around. Yards After Contact with Gary Houston and Ryan Kelly, every Tuesday at 7. Kelly's Bar, 1597 Mahoning Avenue in Youngstown. Come for the food, stay for the fun.
And welcome back to another segment of Yards After Contact. This is from Kelly's Bar in Youngstown, Ohio. And with me is our featured guest of the night, the hunchback of Cleveland Indians, I should say.
Featured. Wow. Now,
Ron
I'm a
Podesta,
big Notre
folks.
Dame fan.
1390.
And
Sports animal.
And I get out of bed this morning and I'm walking around and just like that, my back goes. So I'm like, well, I don't want to say what I've said because I don't want to make
Sure.
this an R-rated program. But I was like, well, how the heck am I going to do all this stuff? So I'm like, all right, I can get through this. But I can't straighten my back out. So I'm a big Notre Dame fan. I am literally right now the hunchback of Notre Dame.
So you had to go the whole day. Were you the Rivers guy today this morning?
No,
Oh, okay.
no.
Okay.
No, just did my show.
just
and,
your show.
Caused enough trouble on my show. And
What'd you talk about on your show?
It's
a Tuesday as we're taping
It was
this.
day number 2 of talking Buckeye fans off the ledge, talking Buckeye fans out of wanting to slit their crimson wrists and
Scarlet.
I'm sorry.
Crimson
Scarlet,
is the other team.
Yeah, scarlet wrists and gray necks. I'm just like, no, you don't need to do this. It's gonna be good. I mean, 3 years ago, you guys got your butts kicked in the second week of
Isn't
the
that
season
sad
in
though?
Columbus.
We've gotten our butts kicked quite a bit.
No,
Big games.
You know, it is what it is. It's you and I have a disagreement on this.
No, I don't.
I don't believe.
I'm very disappointed. There's no disagreement.
Well, no, but I mean the philosophy behind it. I don't believe this is all on JT. You have to have receivers that can go down the field, and he doesn't have any right now.
He's got a 30% completion rate or something. Or
Well,
something
he went 19.
I saw.
He went 19
Crazy.
to 35, but that's not going to get it done. I mean, in today's day, when we were kids, back in the day when DBs could hang on receivers until the ball was taken off the quarterback's hands, okay, 19 to 35 was good. But in today's rules, no, 1935 is not going to get it done. Now, on the flip side of that, he's only getting about 5.5, 6 yards per attempt. And that's because he doesn't have anybody that can run down the field and get past their DBs. They got to do something, whether it's crossing patterns, whether it's just something.
It looks like they brought Kevin Wilson in to run Urban's offense instead of bringing Kevin Wilson in to run Kevin Wilson's offense.
And Urban has taken none of this blame, and you know,
He sort of has.
Well, he kind of sort of hasn't, because he's just like, yeah, well, they're running the offense. I'm like, well, you got to take responsibility. Of course, I'm a Notre Dame fan, and Brian Kelly's never taken responsibility for anything in the world.
He blames everybody.
He blames everyone. So it just now you feel my pain. It is what it is.
So was it disappointing for Irish fans as well, losing that game?
I thought that it was going to be a tough game either way. I'll tell you what I really loved, Gary, and I'll be honest. I wish these guys could play a Southeastern Conference opponent every year in September. That place was jumping. I mean, yeah, there were a lot of people in Notre Dame a little ticked off because 40% of the crowd was Georgia. That was fun. That was a fun environment.
Well, it was
Saturday
a great
night in
environment
South Bend.
in Columbus as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, you talk about just volume. It got up there at quite a bit at times.
Yeah. Now, look, Notre Dame will be okay, and Ohio State's going to be okay as well. I mean, look, the elite teams are going to be able to do what Oklahoma did against Ohio State, unless they change things up. The problem is, you got Penn State and you got Michigan left.
Sure.
That's it.
Yeah.
Those are the only teams that you got to be worried about. You don't have to worry about Iowa anymore. After what Iowa did in Iowa State, no, you don't have to worry
But
about
the
that.
fact that Oklahoma won brings the Big 12 into the Final Four picture now.
That's true.
Which hasn't been there for the last
That's true.
how many years.
That's true.
So no matter how good Ohio State does, even if they go on and win the Big 10,
That's
there
true.
might not be room in there. They might be the fifth team out.
Well, the Big Ten might very well be
Yeah.
the
They
year
might be
that the division or the conference
Could be
gets
ACC
taken
too,
out.
but you never know if they beat each other.
Well, I mean,
Clemson is going to be Clemson, I think,
Clemson's
after
going to
that.
have to survive Louisville this week,
Yeah,
and I don't know if they're going to be able to or not. They're coming off of a pretty nice victory over a pretty good Auburn
Yeah.
team. I don't know if they're going to be
I
surviving
just think
Louisville.
defensively they'll give Louisville kind of problems.
see.
Yeah,
We'll
we'll
see.
see. As we speak tonight, the Tribe, you're
Looking for number
apropos
20.
dressed.
Yeah.
It's
For
a
number
sort of a
20.
record in American League. Yes?
It would tie the record with Oakland back in the Moneyball era.
Are you an Indians fan, Ron?
Oh, you think? Yeah. Hold on a second. Wait a minute.
Why do you like the Indians?
Hold
Come
on. Oh, no, wait a second. Clearly, I wanted Yankee stuff here.
Whatever.
Yeah. Well,
What
no.
do you like about the Indians?
Oh, I love this team. I've been a fan. I'll tell you
You're a
what, Gary.
baseball guy.
I've been a fan of this team. I was a bat boy for my two older brothers' Little League team when we lived in Boardman. July 30th, 1971, 4 days before my 7th birthday.
Jeez.
First time I went to the stadium, old Municipal Stadium. Saw Oakland beat the crap out of the Indians. Fell in love with the game the moment I stepped foot at Municipal
Were those
Stadium.
the
and
Joe Rudy days and Reggie Jackson
the
days?
very early Joe Rudy, Reggie Jackson, Bert Campaneris,
The good team.
Sal Bando. Well, this
They
was
wore
a
all
good
those different
team.
color
They didn't go to the
uniforms.
World Series that year. Baltimore did, but they won the West. Got beat by the Orioles in the '71 ALCS, but then they won '72, '73, and '74. But no, I've been an Indians fan since '71, and yeah, this is a good time. It's a really good time. If my fingers are crossed that
20
these guys
games
can
in a
keep
row.
doing this.
That's incredible,
It's
isn't it?
unbelievable. You're not supposed to be doing stuff like this.
Yeah, in baseball.
It's an anomaly.
Well, I lived in Michigan the summer that the Tigers went 35-5 to start the season.
Oh yeah.
And that was miserable, being around all Tiger fans, and I was an Indians fan. Miserable. So it's left an indelible impression on me since that time.
Interestingly
And the
enough,
Tribe's 20-0, almost
Yeah.
19-0. They got to go 16-5 to match that record. That's not too bad of a chance. To
No,
get
but
done.
I mean, you still got to win. 20-0. You got to go 10-5 the rest of the way just to do that. I mean, that's still winning 2/3 of your games.
Yeah.
That just tells you just how incredible
Yeah.
a 35-5 start is.
Exactly.
And I caught up with Lance Parrish a couple of years ago. I was doing my last 3 games in minor league baseball. I filled in for the Erie AA guy. He and I became friends, and he was out of town, so I did his 3-game series in Akron. And this was Lindor's was in AA ball, and Lance Parrish was the catcher for that '84
Yes,
team,
yes.
and he was the manager of Erie. And he and I just went off for a couple of hours and just started talking about that '84 team. Unbelievable baseball team.
It was incredible.
Oh man, unbelievable.
It was horrible.
Well, yeah. I mean, I can imagine.
Yeah, living
Yeah,
up there with all a bunch of Tigers.
Oh yeah, I can imagine that would have felt pretty ugly. Yeah.
Let's switch gears. First of all, we'll give you a crack at YSU. Just update us there.
I think that they're in good shape. They got their first shutout in 5 years. They did a very nice job. Hunter Wells probably won't play this Saturday.
What is his injury?
Slightly separated shoulder.
Slightly.
He's fine. He's already going
Was he
through
slammed to
all
the
of
turf, or I didn't see what happened?
Yeah, kind of, sort of. I mean, he got hit pretty good, but he's gone through some rehab and whatnot, already going through the drills, and I think what's going to happen is Bo's going to probably sit him. Central Connecticut should be a win. Ricky will get his snaps, and we'll go from there. Mays will get his snaps. Ricky will be the backup, and we'll go from there. It's YSU should win Saturday. They'll have a week off, and then the conference schedule begins.
Now I know Ohio State's at 4:30. I don't know what time YSU is, but I know you're disappointed in the attendance.
The fan base sucked on Saturday, and there's no other way to put this.
Is it because of the opponent?
I don't know, but
Does it matter?
Well, it doesn't.
Because when Ohio State plays Sisters of the Poor,
exactly.
they still fill the stadium.
Exactly. And here's the thing. Youngstown State made a conscious effort. They knew that the Oklahoma game was going to be a night game. I think everyone knew that was going to be a night game. So play this game at 2 p.m. Hope and pray you get some good weather.
Go to dinner after the game and go watch the Buckeye game.
Because the game was over. You still had 2.5 hours before the Buckeye game. And the fact that 5,000 or 6,000 people showed up to watch the defending national runner-up in FCS in their home opener, come on, that's horrible. And what bothered me, and I've said this on the show the last couple of days, Gary, and I'll probably say it for a couple of more days because the conversation's been rather intense. Look, you people want this team to go to the Mid-American Conference. Well, in order to go to the Mid-American Conference, you got to have money. And in order to get money, you got to provide some support to this program.
But what does Kent and Akron have that YSU doesn't have?
Money.
Still? I mean, they don't fill the stadium at all.
Well, but once you get in, you're still going to get money. I mean, their payday is the contract that they have with ESPN. I mean, ESPN signed the MAC signed a nice deal with ESPN, and it's getting split up into, the 12 different ways or 14 or whatever the heck teams are in the MAC. So, I mean...
And they play at a certain night, right?
And they play at a certain night, and then they also play on Saturday, but they have a MAC game of the week, certain night of the week. So, but it's people, it's like they don't understand. This team's never going to be an FBS team unless you support them. I mean, it's not like we have a billionaire around here that's going to sit back and say, I'm going to wear my money to Bo Pelini and the rest of the Penguins. Yeah, it's not going to happen that way. We don't have that. So, I mean, T. Boone Pickens isn't running around Youngstown, Ohio anywhere, So it is what it is.
Okay, Ohio State's trending down, Notre Dame trending down, YSU trending up.
Yeah, Notre Dame's kind of, yeah. I mean, I didn't expect them to win. I was happy that they were winning. I wish
when you lose, you're kind of going this way.
Yeah, I wish McGlinchey would have, blocked someone the last play of the game. But, it is what it is. Look, Notre Dame, it's understood that there's 4 more games in which Notre Dame is playing against teams that are as talented or more talented than Notre Dame. The U, North Carolina State, USC, and Stanford. And I think Notre Dame has a shot against all of them, with the exception of USC. USC will curb stomp them in South Bend.
They'll probably lose all of them.
No, I think they can beat the U. You need to stop that. I don't say that your team's going to lose every game.
Well, you said Penn State and Michigan.
Well, I never said that they weren't going to lose to Penn State or Michigan.
Okay.
And if I ever tell you that Michigan's going to beat Ohio State, feel free to punch me in the face.
We wouldn't want to mess up that face for radio, though.
Well, you can't mess this up any further than what it is. I mean, let's be honest.
Okay, let's cut to the chase. What was your weekend like this past weekend? High school football?
Well, I mean, with all things being equal, hiccuping in the fourth quarter of a game, doing games on the radio is just a wonderful thing.
You're hiccuping?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, because that's not embarrassing, And I have to make jokes about it, too. I'll give you a nice little impersonation. So Springfield's up 35 to nothing. Now, officer, please, don't follow me home. I haven't been drinking anything. I just have the hiccups. Sorry, sir.
Did you trace it to anything? What did you?
I looked at Leslie. That was the problem. There it is. I mean, he gave me the damn hiccups.
Well, it's our third week together. You ought to be.
Well, I mean, we should be okay together. But he gave me the hiccups, and they kept going until the fifth quarter. And at the YSU game, fifth quarter, I'm doing the hiccups again. I'm like, Jesus, what the hell is this? Hannon's laughing his butt off in the background too. Oh yeah, I'm going. Hi, Bob. I'm replacing you, and he's kind of like looks at me and starts laughing. He goes, "Man, you're going to go on the air with that?" I said, "I got no choice." He goes, "Oh man."
So you just got rid of them? They just went away?
No, they went away.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. So you had Springfield and Columbiana?
Springfield and Columbia.
Your thoughts on that game?
I like the mercy rule. Makes for quick games.
30 points.
Painless.
That is nice in the second
Yeah,
half.
it is. It's nice and painless.
Clock runs.
You get in, get in, get out, get out.
What were your impressions of the game?
I thought that
Besides the clock running.
I thought Springfield did everything they wanted to do.
Brungard looked.
And Brungard looked okay. I like the running game. The Snyder kid, ooh man, he can play. Wow. Columbiana is filled with kids. They're young.
Filled with kids.
They're filled with young kids. Their best class is their sophomore class, and you're not going to win too many games with
Now
sophomores.
the quarterback's what year?
Sophomore.
Cross.
Yeah, and all of his targets, with the exception of one, are sophomores.
Now you were
So-
kind of high on them after the Western Reserve game, but now you're not as high on them now.
No, I think that you got to have some growing up. You have to have some when you're young. You have to have some consistency. You've got to go through those growing pains. You got to go through whatever it is. You got to get to get used to everything. They're a long way from doing that. So they got Latonia this week.
Springfield's first win.
Springfield's first win.
Are they out of it? I mean, can they put the season together, or is it too late?
Honestly, I don't think their division's all that bad. I think they can beat McDonald. I think they can beat Mineral Ridge.
So they could have a nice run.
I think they can beat Louisville. The
Sean-
only team I don't believe Springfield will beat is Western Reserve. I think Western Reserve runs the table in that league. Now, having said that, I hope I didn't jinx Andy Haig because I mean, if you're listening,
there's ever one to jinx anybody,
and
this guy.
if I jinx Andy, I apologize. But I think they should run the table, barring any injuries.
I had the, I don't want to say the privilege of seeing Ursuline play this weekend. They lost to Hoban 35-0.
Yeah,
Or 49-0. I left at 35-0.
Yeah.
Halftime.
Hogan's good.
Hoban's good, so
Hoban's good.
we'll give Ursuline credit for that, but
Yeah.
they didn't bring much to the table.
Well,
It was disappointing. I know Hoban's good.
Gary, you and I have talked about this. I have no idea why Ursuline is scheduling these many.
It's got to come to a
difficult
point. Now,
teams.
Ron, I agree with you because their season's in vain. Almost. I mean,
Yeah.
it's futile. It's
Yeah.
no matter how good you play, that's a murderous row for that team
It's just
to
it's,
get
it,
5-6 wins to make the play.
And
They're not going to have a chance to get to the playoffs
yeah,
to win.
and I understand.
I do too, but it's
I understand
you can't do it.
that
You can't do it.
I understand that you don't have enough local teams to play.
That's true.
I get that.
I understand too.
But Dana Bullish and I talked about something, and he brought up the idea: what happens? Why can't teams play each other twice in the regular season? And I'm like,
I'm not into that.
that's actually not a bad idea if you think about it.
I'm not
It's
into
it's
that.
not a bad idea. I don't think you would see it all the time, but for